What's up, guys? It's MistaWhite from the MistaWhite channel. Nah, but in all seriousness, this is a different type of video than like gaming. Not really for anybody. It's kind of for myself. Basically, I've been drawing, as you can see. And I kind of want to do like a weekly progress check. So I'll show you the first one. It looks this was like 2 hours of work, and let me tell you, it is not cooking. It is cooked, 100% cooked. But I just kind of wanted to show my progress. So let's get into it. It looks so. This is the one that I did first. Starts off pretty decently, and then slowly but surely it looks more and more and more like an alien. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't, you could be an alien, that's fine. I don't care. Aliens from outer space. That's all fine and dandy, but that's not what I'm going for. I'm not going for any alien. Outer space, you could be living inside the walls or some shit. I'm not fucking with you if you're from outer space. Uh but I do get better over time, which I'll show that in a bit. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to show my progress. I'm even the hair, like, I don't know what I was doing, man. Like, it's so cooked. The eyes are too big. It either looks like, sometimes it reminds me of like Curious George a little bit. Sometimes it reminds me of an alien, and then every so often I'll be like, oh, that kind of looks like a human, but not really. It looks like it should be in Star Wars or something. But you'll hear from future me in a second. That's kind of all I got for this one because it's genuinely, I don't know. Look, I'm clearly not an artist, but I definitely think it gets better over time. I was also not using a reference for this, so that's why the proportions are just so bad. If I find my old picture, I drew like 3 months ago, so if I find my old picture, I'll show you the last thing I did before I took like a 3-month break. uh it's very clearly inspired by Junji Ito. I really love his horror manga. I got into his horror manga maybe like 5 months ago ish, 4 months ago, something like that. And I've just been reading a bunch. I started off with Uzumaki. I know the anime is kind of like a little ass, but episode 1 was really good. Episode 4 might be good. It hasn't come out yet whenever I'm making this. It actually comes out tomorrow, I think. But Uzumaki manga was really good. Then I read Tomie, and that one I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. But I didn't really like it as much as Uzumaki because Tomie is a lot of shorter content spread out. Uh, and then I started getting into, I think Shiver was the next one, and then from there I just kept bouncing between them. Read Gyo, read Soichi, read Smashed. No Longer Human. That's the one that I read after Tomie actually. No Longer Human. That was really good. It's I found out about like the background of that story, and it's really sad. Probably show like a list of books that I've read from him, and then the one that I'm reading next is Frankenstein, and I'm pretty excited about that. Uh, and I actually have like 5 more coming in Amazon, because I'm obsessed, and I did not know how to save money apparently because my bank account's not looking too hot right now. But hey, at least I get to read my favorite manga. Sorry, that was too anime. But yeah, future me is about to start talking. So for now, sayonara, matane, uh, oyasumi nasai, ja mata, all those Japanese phrases. Okay, I'm back. So this next one, I actually used a reference. I actually really like this one. So it starts off kind of rough, you know, but in the end, I was definitely a lot better for it. Like I'm this is where I actually got like pretty proud of myself because I using a reference, some people might not agree with it, but I was trying my best to avoid using it once I started getting the proportions because obviously you saw with like the previous drawing, like proportions is not my strong suit. So I did like kind of use this reference to this random model I found. I don't know who her name is, whatever. But once I got the proportions down, I like completely went off script, and honestly it looks really good. Like I like the scariness aspect. You could tell I think you'll see in some of these videos where I'm like looking at like Junji Ito drawings like Tomie, for example. Tomie was the big one. I'm actually I have a Junji Ito mouse pad. That's how you know I'm fucking going too much into it. But yeah, I have a Junji Ito mouse pad. It's an ass. It's the mouse pad's ass, but I like it just because I can I have it sitting next to my computer, so I can just easily take a look at it and be like, oh, that looks neat, that looks sick. I was really going for like the creepy aspect. Um, I still think this is like my favorite out of all of them. You'll see, I basically take what I have here and then expand on it. I try to make it scarier, and it kind of doesn't go well. And then I eventually make it a lot better with the scariness aspect. And then I go back and try and make it like a normal human. But with that being said, the normal one also looks pretty damn creepy. Uh, I've been using Junji Ito's techniques to try and like help shade. You'll see definitely the eyes. Like I've improved so much with the eyes. I think that's probably not only my favorite part to draw, but one of my best drawings is the eyes. Uh, don't look at the first clip I showed you as evidence because, like I said, alien girl. Okay, so for this one, let's just say she got a little too deep into the fent. Um, it starts off like I'm really trying hard to get like the facial structure down. You can see some tearing in the teeth. I gave her two pupils, but I basically wanted to make it look like this huge monster, like she just turns into this crazy monster. And I think I do a pretty decent job with it. In the end, I did change it, but for what it was now, it was still enjoyable to do. Uh, she kind of reminded me of like those um, old school horror movie posters or whatever, like almost like a vampire or a zombie or something is what it reminded me of. And it's good, but it wasn't really what I was shooting for, so I recreated it. You'll see like the eye. I messed around with the eye a lot. I gave her two irises, and then I also like made one eye bulging out, like it's yeah. And then the teeth. Kind of my inspiration for that was probably like the model, like Fuchi, uh, from Junji Ito. So basically, the story goes is these like kids are like looking for a model for like this movie, and they end up finding this one girl. She looks kind of freaky. Well, turns out she doesn't just look kind of freaky. She is a little freaky, and I'm not talking about the good kind. They like start shooting this film. She's basically like the monster, I believe. Yeah, so that was the inspiration for her mouth. And then you'll see in the next clip, I definitely went a different direction after I didn't like it personally. I don't think I did a bad job. I just don't think I did what I wanted to do. So there's some merit in that, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so this is the improvement one where I definitely do a lot better job with the face, in my opinion. I think the other one is good in its own right, but it definitely does not hit as hard as this one. I removed all of the like skin patches that made it look like a zombie, and I did more of like I was trying to practice shading, so I eventually was able to make it to where the cheeks. I wanted to basically make the cheeks stick out more, almost like a skeleton. Uh, I really wanted to do where it looked like there was some empty space in her cheek, which you can see that like, you know, I had to edit the jaw, not only to fit the mouth, but just to make the cheeks poke out more, make her look almost like she hasn't eaten in days. And then I tried something a little weird with the like moles and stuff, but I didn't really like it, so I just kept back to my normal one. And I just did some changes to the hair. It's not as much of a difference from before, but it is a lot better. Yeah. The last one will be the normal one. All right, and this is the like last drawing. This is whenever I tried to do the normal one. I did it pretty quickly. Like there wasn't much of a struggle with trying to get this done. Uh, I like how it turned out. You know, I just made bottom lips, added some pupils, um, and yeah, I was done pretty quick. And then I moved on to trying to do guts, from Berserk, and I used the reference, but it didn't really help me. Like, I think just his facial structure is just really hard to do. You'll see I kind of paused for a second there, and I was trying to find one. And then, like, his facial structure is hard, but I think I'm gonna keep working on it. Obviously, it's a rough draft. Like, it's not completed, so what you're seeing is not gonna be final product. I kind of didn't even use the reference really. I just used the proportions like usual. And then, yeah, once next week, whenever I do my next video, you'll see the finished product of that. But that'll be it for this video. I really hope y'all enjoyed it, because I enjoy making these videos, because not only do I like editing, but you know, showing off my drawing, being able to rewatch my like progress. I think it'll be really cool at the end of the day. I think it'll be really cool. So I'll be gone until next time. Later.